Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of Ghost of Tsushima, and a special early hello to Samalander. I hope you've had a fantastic Sunday. Got a chance to tune into a little bit of your Factorio stream earlier today. Oh, hello to Patikan as well. Patikan, regrettably, I have not had a chance to tune into your, oh gosh, what is the name of anything ever? Assassin's Creed Valhalla stream. I very much enjoy lurking there, and hopefully we'll check out the VODs after I have a chance to play it directly. But as you know from when we were doing Odyssey, you want to avoid seeing too much about the game. So if anybody's interested in another open world action game that is reportedly very, very good, please check out twitch.tv/Patikan. I would very much like to do that. And hello to Mia. So what we're taking a look at today is we're going to be mostly, I think, pursuing story content here in the second island of Tsushima. And I want to try to make sure that we do it more or less in order. So we've got Tale 5 of 9. Just take a look here. Okay, so I think 5 of 9 is safe. And yeah, that is the one that I was intending to do. Okay, so as of the last episode, we got Jin all squared away with his upgrades, so we are hitting the road directly. And if I was to guess, I actually don't see a road that goes directly there, but we might be able to catch that one up to the north, and then maybe it will arc around. Simulator saying that he did have a good weekend. That's excellent. And actually, Yellowbird here is trying to draw our attention, so we're going to head over here. Mia at twitch.tv/morethanamia did a 6-hour stream today just for fun, and not even like a dedicated event. Was just having so much fun with Grand Theft Auto 5 that she got a lot of gameplay and missions done. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see all of it live because it is, as of this recording, mid-November 2020, and what happens in our yard is we have several trees that are extremely tall and absolutely loaded with leaves, and this is the time of year when they come down. If we don't, I'm just letting you guys know, if we don't rake every weekend, the leaves in our backyard will get up to shin height. It's a lot of leaves, is what I'm saying. What was that bird? What are we here for? Is that a flag up there? Hold on, I think that's a flag up there. It is. No? Well, it's a something up there. It's flashing. So, how do we get up there? That's a different question. Similar to also died a lot, which I think is in reference to Mia's regular adventures. I would submit that not all of those deaths are deaths. Sometimes they are Mia reaching the last 15 seconds of a mission and then punching the mission giver in the face, which causes her to fail the mission at the final moment. I don't know how to get up to that thing that is flashing, and I'm not sure that I'm going to spend a whole bunch of time here, because also let's take note of the fact that Guiding Firefly has nothing to say in this moment, so it's possible that Yellowbird is just, boy, it really looks like we should be able to get in that gap up there, right up there. So how would we get there? Does Jin get a, this is a rhetorical question, a Wind Waker or what is it, Breath of the Wild style hang glider at some point? Because otherwise I'm not really, this isn't a grappling point, is it? Because those are like red and yellow. Oh wait, okay, well there we go. I'm glad I took some time to take a look at that. So now we know that fluttering white ribbons are grapple points. And we got a headband. Awesome. A healer's headband. I am a fan. I don't know that I'm going to wear that with this outfit, but it'd go real well with the white outfit. We set a new goal for ourselves this weekend. At some point before we die, we are going to recreate the gleaming, blindingly white bedroom that exists in every mattress commercial. White mattress, white walls, white banisters, white sheets, white pillows, white pillowcases. The whole thing just completely white walls, the whole thing.
To offer my services.
Such that almost any flicker of light anywhere in the room would cause basically the effect of a flashbang grenade. You get no rest at all. Yes, Samalander knows it well. The pure bedroom. Okay, so now that we're outside, you'll notice that I was sort of running there. I don't like riding the horse in town. It's not that I'm morally against it, it's just difficult to navigate. Okay, let's take one quick second to just check my trajectory. Okay, yep. So I was gonna like look for a road, but let's just ride directly towards Ishikawa. And if we find something cool along the way, so be it. Does anybody happen to remember? There's no reason for anybody to remember this. Oh, I think we might have a shrine to visit. What's the maximum amount of bamboo that Jin can carry? Is it 400 or 500? Because we're, like, down below the 300 line, and so he must have spent it on his armor or something. Wait, hello, yellow bird. I do not, I call yellow bird,
Sensei Ishikawa said he'd meet me here.
Because it's a yellow bird, but every time it reminds me of Yellow Dog, which was Chevy Chase's dog in the movie Funny Farm, which I have.
He is not here. Maybe someone has seen him.
I'm gonna turn this up. I don't know chronologically when Funny Farm came out, like on the trajectory of Chevy Chase's career, but I feel like that was the last time I saw him be funny, was Funny Farm, which is a very good movie, and I enjoy it a lot. I don't know what... Was Yellowbird just leading me to the encampment here? I kind of feel like he was. Okay, let's have a chat with this person who's holding either a baby or a cabbage. That's a baby. Okay.
I'm looking for a samurai, an archer.
The sensei headed toward the coast. He said you should catch up with him to join the hunt. And you'd know what that meant.
So I think I do know what that means. That is, he is on the path of his apprentice, who turned against him and joined up with the Mongolians. Samlander, I believe we have an add quote command, exclamation point add quote, and then the comment, and if it doesn't work for viewers, I'm sure that Mia can assist with that. She posts quotes. I'm going to say something about Funny Farm right now. It is kind of a spoiler just because it's such a memorable point. So if people don't want to have an old Chevy Chase movie slightly ruined on something that I think it's a good movie and you should probably watch it. But so there's a scene in Funny Farm where Chevy Chase's character shows his manuscript to his wife for the first time. This is what they moved out to the farm to write. He wanted to make the great American novel, and he shows... Uh-oh. Well, hold on.
Sensei Ishikawa is in trouble.
Ow. Alright, there's at least one more. Oh! I got beat out. Are there more still? Yes, there are.
Over here.
We will continue with tonight's episode of remembering old movies after we have a chat with Ishikawa. Hold on just a second. I'm just making sure if there's anything else that we wanted to pick up from those guys. No. Okay. So, Sam Leonard, what we'll do is sort of flag that for Mia and make sure that it gets added in. Okay, I'm good on arrows. Okay, let's have a chat with Ishikawa.
You're wounded.
I'll survive.
You should have waited for me at the camp.
I had a lead on Tomoe. I couldn't risk losing her.
Were those her archers?
One of them shouted my name.
More on the way. Tend to your wound. I'll take them.
Okay, well, if we're going to do this... Oh, and hello to Azaric, by the way. Azaric, I hope that you also have had a great Sunday. Outfit. So we're going to switch to our archer outfit. And you know what? I'm going to do our sensei proud here. Now, I will note, there's been a number of insinuations that... There's been a number of insinuations that Ishikawa has a sinister past of some kind. So when I reference him as sensei, I'm not really placing a lot of do we have anything except the blue ribbon? I don't know a lot about fashion, but blue and green should, you know, generally not be seen. Crimson and vermilion, you'll look a million. We have to change this outfit then. Blue and red would be okay. Yeah, look at that. Crap. Oh, there's many of them. I am stuck. How do you get stuck on... Ow. Hold on. This is not how the archer outfit is intended to be used. Come on, come on. Yeah, I probably spent more time getting dressed for that than the actual fight took. And then I didn't even get to use my archery very much because they were coming from such a wide angle. I was like, nope, we'd better just keep our feet on pistons, keep it moving. Mia, thank you for adding the quote. Sam Melinda, thank you for picking it out.
They had you surrounded.
Tomoe taught them well.
That's not why they outmaneuvered you.
If you have an insight, share it.
You didn't notice them because you were too focused on finding Tomoe.
Even I make mistakes, Sakai.
No, you don't. Except with her.
We should get moving.
Okay, if we're going to be riding through the countryside, we're going to switch back to the outfit that uncovers the most of the map.
What do you know about the camp?
Archers, for the most part. Tomoe has been seen with them on raids all over Akashima.
She won their trust.
She's a useful tool to divide and conquer, for now.
Tomoe betrayed you before she sided with the Mongols. But you never told me exactly what happened.
She used my teaching to help a band of assassins. They paid well.
It still doesn't explain why she attacked you.
Sakai, how does a samurai deal with an assassin?
You retaliated and attacked her.
I dealt with Tomoe as I would any common murderer.
She was your student.
I don't make exceptions, Sakai.
First, Hironori Nagao. Now, Tomoe.
Don't be the next to disappoint me.
So in my head, these are lotus blossoms that are scattered across the... Or lotus flowers, rather.
What's that ahead?
That
They
is
hunt
probably
people for
incorrect.
Sport.
Not sport. Practice.
They're ruthless.
Indulging violence weakens the warrior. Like too much food or drink.
You said Tomoe traveled to your dojo to study. What did she do before that?
Her mother belonged to a merchant family in Umugi. She never knew her father. Why do you ask?
Killing is not learned overnight, even for a prodigy with a bow.
She was born with a taste for bloodshed.
Very quickly, riding through this mist, does anybody...
More of Tomoe's work.
Hold on.
Their archers hunt the people of Akashima like dogs.
Tomoe and her allies are too hungry for violence. A killer masters a weapon. A samurai masters himself.
You've devoted your life to mastering the bow.
The bow, yes. Not to killing.
Now you're splitting hairs.
I've tied a wounded man to my horse with a bowstring. Used an arrowhead to cut meat when I had no knife.
You're saying a bow is more than a weapon.
And a samurai is more than a killer.
I have never seen Watch Dogs 2 with the much vaunted San Francisco fog option on.
If we can't win Tomoe back, we have no choice. We have to kill her.
I trained her. I share the blame for her actions. I will end this.
You only share the blame if you encouraged her thirst for violence.
I made her my student. I should have seen the darkness in her.
You didn't see it, and that scares you.
It bothers me.
Quickly, Sora!
We had it on for our playthrough, but I have no memories of ever seeing, like, big
Nearly
rolling...
there. We'll approach this like Fort Nakayama.
Observe the camp, look for weaknesses. Make a plan of attack.
That's right, Sakai. Look twice and shoot once.
Big rolling, like, walls of fog coming in like it's the mist. I mean, they
We
sort
will go on
of...
foot from here.
I can't talk. These guys are very chatty about their upcoming battle for some reason. For some reason, that's a big topic of conversation between the two of them.
I hear them.
Definitely a camp for training archers.
So, Samulander references the, Mists of Ravenloft. Is it still called Ravenloft? I feel like everybody just references it now as the Curse of Strahd setting. I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's still called Ravenloft anymore.
Mongolian-style archery.
A hybrid. Tomoe is teaching them.
Training to fight samurai.
We will give them more to learn.
We take the camp, then find out where she is.
The moment you attack, my arrows will strike home.
Okay, so I don't see any, like, bees hives or anything else. Looks like this is just a straight-up arrow fight. Yeah, like, within Curse of Strahd, is the word Ravenloft used? Or, like, it's a weird question. I've seen so much. It took me a long time of, like, looking at things about Curse of Strahd to realize that it was set in Ravenloft. And as I say that, bear in mind that it probably says Ravenloft right in the description someplace. Similar to think so, but not real big on modules. Yeah, I always enjoyed, like, making up my own sort of, like, thing that could sort of be in response to the player and their actions that didn't feel too tied down to an existing, like, approved idea. Why don't we just shoot a explosive arrow right into the middle of them? Can we do that? I mean, I can do that. Let's just do that. Yeah. See, that's archery for you. Are you kidding me? Jeez, that's embarrassing.
Som beschweißen im Weltunter. Już beschweißen. Som Mutter. Som nasen Motorjun. Look that!
Okay, Samuel saying that most people would know based on the pedigree of Strahd. Oh, I'm sorry. I was busy. Oh! I really thought my sword was away.
Was no fluke. You are improving. Tomoe's not here.
Let's make sure. Look around.
Yeah, I need a lot more arrows. That explosive arrow, that is the first one that we fired at all. And it worked exactly the way that I had hoped. Although I really thought that more of them would die from being on fire.
Supply list. Japanese bows and targets. Delivery locations all over Toyotama.
She's setting up more training camps.
One in Otsuna, another in Kushi, and more planned.
Maybe I'm just not made of stern enough stuff, but every time I have been completely enveloped by flame, the will to fight goes right out of me.
A message in Japanese.
What does it say?
Great Khan, conqueror of Tsushima. Before the year is over, your archers will know all I do about killing samurai. And I will deliver the heads of Sensei Ishikawa and Jin Sakai.
Tomoe was here. I gave her everything. And she threw it away.
She's a threat. There is only one way this ends.
I know what must be done.
Knowing and doing are different.
You are questioning whether I am samurai. Tomoe was my greatest achievement. But if I must, I will destroy her to save this island. That is my duty.
The list we found. We will use it to track down the other camps.
And we will end Tomoe's treachery. Sakai! You are a fine warrior. You could become a great leader. But do not question my integrity again.
The hat cuts like an impressive silhouette at a distance. Maybe that's the purpose of it. Charm of precision. Wait, I think we already have this. Moderate increase to arrow damage. Yes, we do. Do I want another one of them? I kind of do. Yeah, let's put that in here with the where the charm of unyielding used to be. Also, where is it? Precision. There we go. Yeah, for the benefit of Mia or others, I think the really quick pitch on Ravenloft as a setting would be the Dungeons and Dragons version of fictional Transylvania, sort of swarming with spooky monsters and ghosts and curses and, you know, wights and werewolves and all that sort of stuff. Old Gothic castles. This is my impression from never actually having played a game set in Strahd. Also, like, they just re-released the module for 5th edition, and it's got some sort of like, it's like a card game, like a tarot game, tarot reading thing that's in it. All right, I have arrived at my track location, and I'm still wearing my archer outfit. Kind of inclined to make use of it. Now, when it says liberate, wait. Release the falcons. Kill an enemy with Heavenly Strike. I will do that. Recover the Tsushima banners. So I do not see anything in here about rescuing hostages, which is good. The trouble is they're wearing these helmets, and those are tough to work around. Oh boy. Okay, I have to switch into an outfit that doesn't draw the eye from, like, the other side of the world. Joe was saying the taco hat is good for archery. Yes, apparently it, like, really helps you focus in at a distance or something. I've been trying to... Oh, boy. That miss is very good at obscuring them. Okay, we're gonna try to find a... like, come back around at them from a less expected angle. That person is facing square in this direction. Oh, wait. Turn around. What is that sound? Okay, there's a person up there. Got it. Now, every time I see a water wheel in a video game, the thing that I think of is in Mia's playthrough of Outlast 2. I think I mentioned this fairly recently, but it's just... Oh boy. There's a very memorable water wheel segment in that, and... What? Do they always spurt like that? Have I been overlooking the arterial sprays that come off these guys? Oh, I hear more enemies coming in. Simulator says, walk up, stab someone, duck behind a wall, and change clothes. Seems accurate to ancient Japan. Yes, as is the ability to change clothes instantly, right in the middle of a sword swing. They were very efficient. Conversations with the Khan 6. Koden seems to have put the events of Castle Kaneda and the liberation of Lord Shimura behind him, partly because he holds Castle Shimura, which is strategically more important to maintain control of the island. It also shields his forces in the north, who carry out orders so secret that I've not been able to discover what they might be, and I think it gives Koten pleasure to defile the seat of the Shimura clan's power. In any event, Koten seems confident that his enemies will exhaust themselves fighting amongst each other and the Mongols. All he needs to do is stock up on food, supplies, and munitions, and depart for the mainland when the time is right. Oh, come on up here. Come on around. Oh, I really thought that he could hold that swing in. So, do we think is it too late for me to try to attract them with a firecracker? Oh, the big guy didn't even feel it. It landed right behind him. He shrugged it right off. Oh boy. So I do not want to have a fight inside here. Not against the guys that have those giant swings. I love it when they shoot their own guys. All right, we're gonna try to get a whole bunch of these guys. Ow. These odds do not seem stacked in my favor. Oh, and I am out of smoke bombs. Okay, that's... This was not the way to do this. Hold on a second. Let me just switch to throwing stars. Okay, I cannot win this fight this way. Oh, can you submerge? So what was the submerge button? Oh, there it is. Okay, so clearly every decision I've made in the last 5 minutes has been a questionable one. So, I have no moons, 2 throwing stars. I do have a sticky bomb, and sticky bombs are good against the big heavy guys that apparently don't care about the black powder bombs. That's new information. Maybe I've just never thrown one into a crowd where there were members, but they did not care about that at all, which does clarify what is the point of the sticky bombs. Like, what do they do that we can't just get elsewhere? We're gonna need all the moons we can get. Really? Wait, no, the kunai are full again. Okay. That's handy. Simulator saying, nice of them to just walk into the grass one at a time. Yeah, isn't it just? Now, do I get to keep all the stolen iron? Ooh, flaming arrows. Yes, please. Yeah, I like to think that there's a legend in Japan of, like, the grass of blades, where sometimes people walk in and they just get cut apart, and it's considered a wonderful honor, which is why they are just so tickled to do it. Okay, so those are falcons. Oh, by the way, I need to kill an enemy with Heavenly Strike. Let's not forget to do that. Sam Leonard says that he feels like after the second one they would have found a buddy. That's one of the things that I really like about the Batman games, where if you take out, like, in one of those Predator rooms, you take out, like, one of the guys and they realize it, then they'll start, like, doubling and tripling up, at least at first. And then their natural inclination is to sort of, like, drift apart from each other. So Like, if you're patient, you can wait them out. But I always like the fact that that is where they start. Why are you hiding behind that building? Okay, I really need to block some of those. I am in wind stand, so I should be able to. Nope. But seriously. I don't know. You all have seen me block sword strikes before. Hold on. I'm in big trouble. Ah, nuts. That other guy just took off. I tried to heavenly strike him before realizing I don't have a moon. Boy, this is not the way to play this game. This is just silly time. Oh, hello to Rhino. Don't forget to kill an enemy with a heavenly strike. Yes, I very much want to do that. One thing is that you need like thank you, like legitimately thank you for the reminder, because I do want to do that to get the bonus. However, I've been spending all of my moons on healing, and as a result don't have one left over to do Heavenly Strike. Okay, so there's two guys here. If I can assassinate one, that might leave me open to Heavenly Strike the other. Okay, we have one moon. Now I just want to make sure that I can kill him, so I'm not going to assassinate him. Hello! Got it. There we go. Okay, I feel like there's now a low enough percentage of those guys that let's switch into his traveler's gear so that Firefly will call out any of the things that we want to pick up in the area, like it's doing right now. Is that him? Yes, it is. Yeah, Rhino, I hope you had a wonderful Sunday. I, unfortunately, did not get to see a lot of Division Force or More Than a Mia today because there was so much raking to do. This is squarely in that time of year in our neck of the woods. Oh, now he can block. And just so it's clear to viewers, the blue glint that you see on the spears, the fact that it's blue is an indication that you can block it with the proper timing. And I've done it, and I don't know why I was failing so hard on that one guy. Hello to Lucha Freddy. Yeah, so, and I think it might even still be going on. Cara Luna was streaming Farming Simulator, I think 2019. And, you know, Cara Luna has, like, hung out in chat here and over at More Than a Mia. But it's so wonderful getting to see somebody's stream. Like, we had not seen his stream before, similar to how we hadn't until recently seen Samelander's stream. And it's just so nice to put a face and a voice you know, to the name. Because, like, I had no idea that, like, at least to my ears, like, Mia, help me out here. Is Caroluna Irish, right? It sounded Irish to me, and I'm very concerned about being incorrect about that. Lucha Freddy did not realize he was going on a raid, just ended up on a farm. Yeah, and how neat is... There is something... Isn't it weird that sometimes you can take something that is a job and turn it into a game, and somehow the game of the job is fun? Is he Norwegian? Okay. I was having a little bit of difficulty pinning down the accent, and it sounded Irish to me, which will now probably, well, hopefully not be insulting, but rather just a reveal that I'm not good with accents of almost any kind. One thing says, sounds Irish to Shiv, British to, but as Simlander says, Norwegian. Alright, is there anything else? This area is cleared, yes? No. Okay, what do we need to do? Defeat the Mongols. Okay, so somebody's still alive. And there's also a Sashimoto banner. Well, that's another reason to be wearing the Traveler's outfit. Not great for combat, but very good for finding missing banners. And no, I'm not listening for the banner. I'm listening for the Mongolians that I have allegedly missed out on. Whoops, oops, hold on. This is going to be an interesting week for us. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and as a result, there might be some slight disruption to the stream plans, but as always, we'll endeavor to stream as often as possible. I hugely admire... Oh, that was an impressive swing up. Nope, that's... No, I wanted the thing that was in there, Jin. Smoke bomb. Okay. Tracking Firefly really wants something in this direction, so it must be outside the hut. I really admire people who can organize their lives in a way that allows for streaming at a very regular basis. So we've got a whole bunch of guys here. I'll tell you what, we're going to mix it up a little bit because they all have helmets. We're going to stop doing that. I want to switch to a firecracker. Thank you. Everybody gather round. They're just going on about their business. We lit them on fire, and they're like fine about it. Oh, I don't want to be in this room at all. I'm sorry, boys. I didn't realize you were in the middle of something. Oh, hello to Haseo. So, Haseo, I want to ask questions very gently because I don't know if you are very far ahead of where we are. I do know that you had just mentioned, as of the last episode, doing some of the same shrines that are on the same time. Are you like circling back for post-game content, or are you more or less where we are in the story? Like, we are very early, I'd say first third of the second major region. Okay, that's at least 2 points. So, what do you say we pick up something that requires 2 points? Let's see what our options are here. Save yourself from defeat when wounded. This doesn't happen often, but when it does, when I go down with 3 resolve in the bank, I feel like a big sucker. Did somebody raid? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Because suddenly there's many people in here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, Lucha Freddy says, don't use my accent as a prime example of Euro accents, by the way. I'm always concerned about saying anything because I don't want people to become self-conscious. I really like Lucha Freddy's accent. Lucha Freddy, he has extremely lucky kids, and not just because he's clearly a very caring father. I know that he has a daughter, so maybe kids shouldn't be pluralized. But wouldn't you love to hear Lucha Freddy read you a bedtime story? I feel like he could do his own just series where all he's doing is reading like Goodnight Moon or I don't know, like The Art of the Deal, something that's really good at putting people to sleep, and he would just soothe your nerves and make all the stress of the day washed completely away. Same thing with Chappers, by the way. Chappers UK, who I don't think is here right now, but his streams, when he was streaming more often, were wonderful to listen to. So, I say it was still on the first region, so fair warning, because I want to make very sure. We are in the second region. Nothing that you have seen since entering is liable to be a spoiler. That said, we are generally focusing on doing some story content. So I want to make sure that we don't wind up spoiling anything for you. So we'll speak gently for the time being. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the shrine. Shrines are good for major charms, and I like major charms a lot because they are very potent. Is this breaking news? Because I had no idea about this. Lucha Freddy says... Oh my gosh, yeah. Lucha Freddy's going to have a second daughter. That's... Congratulations! Like, for real. I mean, I don't want to, you know, drag things... I don't want to make too big of a deal about it, but one thing about Twitch is that there's usernames of people that are participating in chat, and it's important to remember that they are human beings with their own lives and people that care about them, and especially when you get to see them stream and get a sense for their personality and their... like that they're people, and it's super awesome that Lucha Freddy is expecting like another daughter. For real, congratulations. This is too deep for Sora, so we're going to have to find a way around. Okay, let's actually check the map then, because I don't know how to get here. So, easiest way would actually probably be... No, we can get out this way. Yeah, we'll have to go a little ways, but if we follow the roads, we should be able to get there. I'm just going to grab that flower as well. I say, if I can share just a thing that I think is just helpful to know, don't worry about grinding for flowers in the first region, because the second region seems to have flowers everywhere. Like we've seen 3 just in the span of time that it took me to say that. I can't necessarily get to that one. There we go. Yeah, if there's something you want cosmetics-wise and you were looking for petals, just visit the South region. They have everything you need. Chivalry showed me a bacon-flavored candy canes. Ugh. Oh, God. Are they still peppermint? or they just taste like bacon. That's a flavor combination. Okay, that super refilled our resolve.
Save me!
You'll be free soon.
Bacon mince? Hello to Ricardo.
Vision of mercy.
Go, and stay safe.
Please, this is for you.
Now, Ricardo, actually, a question for you. So you are playing Watch Dogs 2, and my memory is that that's on PC. Is that correct? You're playing that on PC? Because the specific question is that Watch Dogs 2 has this one graphical option for San Francisco fog, which is supposed to allow very large rolling fog banks to come boiling in from the San Francisco Bay. And the question that I have is, do you have that option on, and have you seen it get foggy? Because one of the topics that I was sort of rolling around to when Ishikawa was talking so much was, we played with that option on, and I don't think I ever saw it get foggy in the game. Okay, that's who he was blowing the horn for. There's a whole bunch of guys over there. Okay, if we're gonna charge in there, I'm gonna take 1 second to get myself all geared up. Oh boy! Yeah, as always, we just can't do anything fun with the archers here. Okay. That fight felt pretty good. Ricardo is saying when he's on a boat, it gets hazy in the distance, but that's it. Yeah, and like NVIDIA made such a big deal. And indeed, if you like read about the different graphic options for Watch Dogs 2, it's like, oh boy, the fog option, the San Francisco fog option is gonna cut your frame rate by like up to 20 frames per second. I was like, I never saw it happen. It's like it was disabled in an update or otherwise broken somehow. But yeah, like Hiseo, like here, right here, just 3 flowers all right in a row. Which I am all for. I just like people to know, like, hey, there's ways to do this. Now, what is this? A new hat. Wood Spirit Straw Hat for those who walk the lonely forests and bogs of Tsushima. No, thank you. Lucha Freddy has just downloaded Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Has anybody played it? It is extremely good, Lucha Freddy.
Someday we'll go for a peaceful ride.
I think that you are going to enjoy it a whole bunch, and when you say downloaded, hopefully that was on PC and you have a good solid state hard drive. We played it here on our PC with a solid state drive, and that cuts the load time such that even when you die or need to transition between areas, the load times are so short. I bring that up because my friend HW has that game on Xbox One X, so not the Xbox Series X. I really hate talking about it just because it's... Why don't they come up with different names for things? But, anyway, on the Xbox One X, the load times for Jedi Fallen Order are 25 to 30 seconds every single time you die or fast travel any place, and it doesn't sound like a lot, except there's sections of the game where death comes swiftly, and it is a bummer to have to wait through that load screen every time. Lucha Freddy has it on Xbox. So, yeah, I would... It is one of those games where whether or not it flourishes on the harder difficulty levels, I might consider playing it on, you know, on a comfortable difficulty level just to avoid having to reload due to deaths too often. But if you've popped a solid state drive into your Xbox, or... What am I climbing towards? There, apparently. Or very, very good at the game, then it may not be an issue. But yeah, it's excellent. It really is very good. There are products that really get Star Wars. I would say the Old Republic. I know it was very much maligned, but boy, you know, BioWare, they are very good at Star Wars. So... Knights of the Old Republic, and then the Old Republic, the MMO with all the story-based gameplay in it, is extremely good. I really liked Jedi Knight 2, less so Jedi Academy. It was just sort of cool. You know, the story wasn't anything real great, but that game had a lot of style at the time with the lightsaber combat. TIE Fighter definitely got it. If anybody here hasn't played TIE Fighter, it is... I don't know that it would hold up today, but that game is widely regarded as a classic for a good reason. And then there's games that, like, don't get Star Wars at all, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the game with a campaign so bad that I played it once for one stream and didn't even bother to archive it because it was ugly and incompetent, and I didn't feel any tie to the character at all, because when people of lifelong dedicated beliefs switch up their beliefs at the drop of a hat, it just feels embarrassing, because I would prefer to believe that that's not what people believe in. Okay, we're going to swing across here, and if I fail, we're going to lose a bunch of progress. Yeah, Lucha Freddy, please do not allow my comments on load times to dissuade you from playing the game. It is absolutely worth it is worth the time. It really is. And I may also be like over yeah, so Lucha Freddy is going to stream it. Awesome. Iron Will now revives you at 50% of your max health. So Iron Will, is that the thing that we just got that allows him to get up? Let's actually go look. It was here, I think. Yeah, look at that. Wow, we just got that. The thing is, I haven't actually had to use it yet, so that charm isn't going to... Like, I'm not going to grab that just yet. But that is good to have had. And this one, I don't think they have to give us a teleport out because it was more of a ground maze than a tough climb. Okay, so we've done a good job. So we're going to start working our way over here, but we're going to go by way of undiscovered location. We can sort of ride along and explore a little bit. Another Star Wars game that I liked, but I felt really, really would have benefited from a sequel to sort of balance things up a little bit more, was a strategy game called Empire War, which was on the PC, and it's a very, very neat game that there's certain aspects of it that just feel not like poorly done, just they needed another layer of activity. The space battles in particular feel like it's just sort of like the bigger fleet is always going to win. That said, it had a lot of really smart ideas about how to depict sort of ground, space and ground combat and conquest in the Star Wars universe. And it has two separate campaigns. One is the Empire and one is the Rebels. And I opted to play as the Empire and, really enjoyed it. And then I was like, oh, and now I'll replay as the Rebels. But what I'd failed to account for is that by the end of the Empire campaign, I hated the Rebel scum so much that I didn't want to play as them anymore. So I never went back and played as the Rebel Alliance in that game. One of the gameplay elements that it did that I thought was kind of clever is that rather than establishing a base and building your troops by harvesting resources, which was such a staple of real-time strategy games for so long, in Empire War, what you would do is advance across the map, capture a requisition point, like a reinforcement point, and then you'd be able to drop further reinforcements and units from orbit, and they would come down and land in a landing craft and be able to join the fight. And it was just a really cool system that made it feel very Star Warsy. The ground control games used the same idea, but I thought less effectively. Stonemaier Lookout? Yes, Mongolian territory. All right. Let's try to do this a little bit less spazzy this time. And you know what? It's been a bit. Let's switch to any other outfit. And let's switch up sword sets as well. I really do like that purple. Awesome. I'm the master of stealth. I staggered him and then got stuck on the post. I really need that banner to stop being in my face. Nope. Well, that was the opposite of anti-spazzy. I really didn't see it. Like people watching the videos, like, why is Angel just standing there while that door sentry looks directly at him? And I thought to myself, but he can't see me. Like, he's a video game character. He's more than, 200 feet away, and so he has cataracts and won't be able to see me. No, he just walked right up and like immediately shot an arrow. Wind chimes release poison vapors that kill enemies who pick them up. That's awesome. And I know which one I would put it in. Yeah, I think it would be this one. Smoke. We're gonna replace smoke bombs, restore 25% of your health, which frankly I kind of forgot that I had there. Yeah, let's kill people with poison. Ricardo only saw gameplay of some of the old Star Wars games and really keen to play them all one after another. So yeah, the ones that I like. So Knights of the Old Republic is an interesting one because that game is extremely well regarded for a lot of reasons. The issue is some of those reasons I don't think would hold up super well today, primarily in the gameplay department. The way that it was an RPG designed for consoles, and at the time what would happen is like you'd come into an environment like this and you would use the shoulder buttons to scroll around on things that you could interact with and then like go over and loot them, like open up the containers and stuff like that. And it works well enough for what it is, but it is a very different control scheme than you might be used to. Also, just the concept of like quasi turn-based lightsaber combat, where it's playing out in real time, but there's like, one guy takes a swing with their sword, and then they're just sort of like examining each other, sizing each other up for a second and a half, and there's no activity right there. Now, if you can get past some of the quirks of it being a turn-based role-playing game, it's real-time role-playing game that plays out in turns on a console, if you can sort of adjust to those things, it has really cool characters. It's a fresh take on, BioWare aimed at the Old Republic era, thousands of years before the George Lucas movies, so that they could have freedom to do whatever they wanted, and then sort of ran with that. And it's a very, very neat game. Lucha Freddy is grabbing laundry. So I'm just noting that as I sort of think about like sort of now Knights of the Old Republic 2 is also an interesting game because the game that was released, we now know, was broadly unfinished. There was a ton of like critical story-based content that was not in the release of the game and has since then been patched back in by very dedicated modders who opened up the game files, found like full-on dialogue scenes, like the audio for dialogue scenes that don't exist anywhere in the game, and like modded it back in to try to provide the clearest possible vision of what what Obsidian was trying to accomplish. Hold on, we found something. An offering plate. The Mongol people worship a diverse hierarchy of spirits. The highest among the pantheon are myriad gods known as Tengri. These spirits are typically only contacted by great shamans and leaders. Beneath this tier are 3 groups of ancestral spirits: Lord spirits, Protector spirits, and Guardian spirits, each with lesser echelons beyond these. Ceremonial offerings to all the spirits are made at communal or private shrines and consisted of food, joss sticks, and libations. Oh, so Chivalry was asking about Funny Farm. Thank you for reminding me. So, in the movie Funny Farm, spoiler alert for the very old Chevy Chase movie Funny Farm, which also has Bill Fagerback? I've never actually heard it pronounced. But anyway, he has moved out to a farm because his dream is to write the great American novel. And then, after many weeks of living in this farmland setting, he shows his manuscript to his wife. And he leaves, and he goes to the store to buy some champagne because he's so excited to share this with her. And he comes back, and he brings in the wine and the glasses and the champagne and says, "So, what'd you think?" And this actress, I regret that I do not know the actress's name because it is so good. She looks at him deeply into his eyes and starts sobbing. And she's so bereft. And she says, "There's a flashback and a flashback within the flashback and a flash sideways. I don't know who anyone is." And it's so bad. It's so bad that it drives her to tears to have read it. And then that she has to talk to her husband about how hideously awful it is. It is a fantastic scene in a movie that I otherwise really enjoy. And honest to God, every time I show anything creative that I've done to anyone, that scene is in my head.
My lord is still out there. He came at night. Did you see it?
Calm down. What's your name?
Shino, my lord.
Shino. Tell me what you saw.
A river child. Kappa.
A demon? You sure?
It's just like the stories my father told me. A monster in the river. Claw marks in the soil.
You're lucky to be alive.
I hid while my father went to go scare the kappa away. Then I heard splashing and screaming.
I will check on him, Shino. Stay here, away from the water.
I would love a spin-off game of this that took place in Japanese mythology with like demons and spirits, like a Witcher-like game, but with this combat and stuff. Like, that'd be awesome. Hey, Sucker Punch, if you're watching my stream of your game, do that. So Ricardio is asking, does he have to download an extra mod? And I assume that this is for Knights of the Old Republic 2. That seems a little concerning. I assume this is about Knights of the Old Republic 2. Yeah, so there's a separate mod, for it, and I believe it's called the KOTOR 2 Restoration mod. It would be free. In terms of where to acquire it, I'm not sure, but I believe, and Ricardio, don't quote me on this, but they might have actually folded that into the GOG version of it. You might want to look on Good Old Games to see if that just has the restoration mod
Something was in a hurry.
baked into it. Because that's the kind of thing that GOG does from time to time.
Half-eaten fish. Something is ravenous.
The cool music sting.
Tracks. Could be human or animal. They lead into the river.
Patina saying that they got the Legends update, which is mythology stuff and co-op story. I have been a little bit vague on what the what the Legends update is. I know that it has some multiplayer components. I didn't know that it had some, like, co-op story elements to it. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. I know where it wants me to go. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else to examine. But yeah, Ricardio, like so another just quick note about Knights of the Old Republic 2 is that I played that game when it came out and still had a really good time about it, you know, with
Tracks
it.
continue.
Well, I guess it's going this way. Okay, yes, I see the tracks. I see the tracks now. Now, that said, if I was to play KOTOR 2 today, I would certainly seek out the restoration mod, because what that is, when we say restoration mod, that is people combing through the files, finding locations and dialogue scenes and like elements of script even that are simply not present in the game.
Must be Shino's father. The cuts are savage but clean. Possibly from a blade. His killer may have left a trail.
And reworking the game systems to allow them. And I want to say that that original developers got involved with the mod to assist them.
More tracks. They went this way.
And Patikin is saying that the Legends update is all about myths. That's awesome. I did not know that that's what it was about. I'm going to continue to steer clear of it until we finish the main game. Okay, there are tracks here. Another cool thing about it is that, like a lot of Obsidian games, some of the decisions that you make in KOTOR 2 will have significant ramifications for your
Smell. Cooking fish.
relationship with your party members. So, like, you want to weigh your choices carefully and, you know, role play appropriately to the character that you want to be. And I happen to know that because HW got himself into sort of a sticky situation. Slightly regret not finding this mission on or about Halloween. I mean, actually, the more...
Kappa. Just thieves and murderers. Monsters just the same.
The more that I've... Wow, that is a lot of dudes.
And his fish. Better than having to catch one ourselves.
They don't seem particularly well armed, but what we're gonna do is... Actually, let's see if we can arrow them for a while. Because they're also not wearing helmets.
Where's he going? Enemy archer! Get into cover!
They likely stole from Shino's father.
Oh, this guy... Oh no. This guy died in a very uncomfortable pose.
A flute. Must have belonged to Shino's father. Tried here.
Simple handcrafted flute.
I will return it to her.
But yeah, that's all KOTOR 2. I mean, if you haven't played KOTOR 1, I mean, I would... Although 1 is not necessarily a direct follow-up on the next, you would, I think, very much want to play KOTOR 1. And I mean, also, like, I haven't played it since it went free to play, but man, I really had a very good time with the Old Republic. I've mentioned this on previous streams, but BioWare's MMO is the only MMO that I have played all the way through to max level characters on multiple characters, because the story stuff was so good. You know, I really did enjoy being a part of that universe, and played all the way through one of the storylines with HW. I was a Sith Inquisitor, he was a Sith Marauder, and we played all the way through our respective stories and talked about what was happening with our characters, you know, and did, like, the whole game co-op. That was a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm heading back to where now? There. Isaiah was offering to play some Ghost of Tsushima with Patikin, but has so much work. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be an interesting week for us. It's going to be one of those weeks where I think this week is going to be very, very busy in preparation to having some additional time off, you know, roundabout like the US Thanksgiving and then into next month as well. Hopefully some time coming off for the holidays.
My father.
I'm sorry, Shino.
The Kappa killed him.
Not Kappa. Thieves.
No. Only a demon could do such a thing.
Desperation can bring out the demon in the best of men. Is there somewhere you can go?
Akashima. My aunt is from there.
Did this belong to your father?
Yes. He'll travel to Akashima with me. Thank you. I'll head for town soon.
So there was an interesting topic that came up a couple streams ago. Devin the Nugget asked... Okay, I have one of these and have already used it. Let me just remind myself what it is. Moderate increase to stagger damage. Yeah, we'll pass on that for now, because I don't know... I don't have a clear suit that I'd put a second one onto. But Devin the Nugget had asked what was the worst game that I had ever played, and I delivered a... perhaps needlessly thorough answer on the answer that it was Master of Orion 3 and the many, many reasons why I legitimately don't think it can ever be topped, because it was a game that I had such high expectations for, and those expectations were so thoroughly betrayed. The Unbreakable Gosaku, resume tale. Did I abandon a tale partway through? I'd be happy to do that, but I do also kind of want to do this as well. Darkwater Encampment. But anyway, Sam Leonard saying Moo 3 so very sad. Yeah, it super is. And I could, like, discuss mechanically why that game is, like, fundamentally broken, but it occurred to me afterwards that I sort of got, like, and this tends to happen, I'll get asked a question and then sort of, like, give my answer, but then never ask it back. So, like, I'm, like Haseo said that the worst game that he's played is Final Fantasy XII, and I have not played enough of that game to, like, respond one with the other. The small amount that I've played, I liked okay, but sometimes games make a positive first impression, then really fall apart in unpleasant ways the further that you go along with them. So I'm curious for, like, folks in chat, like Samalander, Patikin, Ricardnio, what's the worst game you guys have played? Like, you know, you may wind up answering something that I have really enjoyed, but that's fine. You know, I am curious what it is that you guys are like, of all the games I've played, this is the one that I disliked the most. Because for me, I mean, I'd have to... I would have to cut out... I can't quite get both these guys. Master Ryan 3, and then games like Battle Cruiser 3000 AD, which was so broken, like in a non-functional way. Like, the game didn't function before I could get to, like, games that I just straight disliked. Like, I really disliked, The Evil Within, the first game. This is not a good approach vector. Those two guys, they're too vigilant. Patin doesn't really know, and Samlander nothing says nothing's coming to mind, as he's always had enough access to games that he just gives up and goes on to a good game. Yeah, which is what I did with, like, The Evil Within, for example. Like, oh, that is an enemy leader. Which means I don't want to fight him here. I don't want to fight him until I've taken out some of his friends. Wow. This is a tough encampment. Now, The Evil Within 2, I have been told, is a very good game, and is actually on the list of things that will be streamed at some point. They're fishing. Oh, they're fishing! That's awesome! I like it when, like, the AIs are doing something as opposed to just waiting to be murdered. I want to shoot that guy with an arrow. The trouble is, I'm pretty sure that he is close enough. Yep, okay. I was gonna say close enough that those dudes on the dock that are fishing might abandon their break. However, if he comes far enough over this way, it's at least possible. Nope, they saw something. Okay, well that's fine, because when they come over to investigate, we will shoot Helmet Man and then Hat Man. Oh, boy. How? Wow. Is that it? Yeah, I don't have 3, Oh, they couldn't even be bothered to stab me. Similar since MechWarrior Online comes close to a game that he sunk a lot of time into and wasn't really fun at release. Now, I had a friend who I want to say was really into that. Like, got involved in a clan and stuff, and I never played it, but my sense is that he was very excited about it, and then, like, played so much of it that excitement sort of wore away before it was released. I don't know. I do not know how to get, this particular encampment has a lot of coverage. Now, it's possible that I can get the 2 guys on the dock if I can get in behind them, and then I can take the guy walking the docks. let's try that. He's gonna turn around before I get there. Oh, he who dies. Thank you so much for the celebration. He who, I hope that you're having a great week. Much like Patikin, I have been lurking a bunch in your streams of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but have worked hard not to... Yay! Confetti! Worked hard not to see too much of it. In both yours and Patikin's, I have seen a lot of a person with a large round shield on their back slinking around. And unfortunately am currently content with that amount of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So I will say this for the helmets, the straw hats, they're very good at obscuring which direction they're facing.
He's gone. Would have been him. Ready?
Oh, he's fast. Oh, last swing was unnecessary. Oh no, he who I would love to be watching them in their entirety. And I've drawn this comparison. I cannot loot that body. He fell into the ground. The thing is, for me, discovering what a game even is has its own level of joy. And it's what produces moments like discovering that there was a crafting system in the game Prey, for example, that you could use those grenades. Now I'm semi-spoiling something in Prey. I should have called this out before I'm saying anything about it. But, like, there's a lot more guys here. I thought they all came to the party, but they did not. I find a lot of value in discovering not only story points, but gameplay mechanics. And as a result, even if people are not doing strictly story-based stuff, I tend to avoid wanting to see too much of them. He was saying that he loved Origins and Odyssey. By the way, I need to scroll back and read what Ricardinho had written about the worst game that he played. Origins and Odyssey, but had no interest in the side content. Valhalla has him wandering the world as much as playing the stories. Yeah, I like games like this. Oh, we're gonna have some body discovery. I have like a side content problem. Like I usually want to do absolutely everything in the game.
Has to be him.
Oh, that was unblockable. Okay. He also is enjoying the Easter eggs, like a certain conversation with someone that was telling the story of Bavik. Well, I will look forward to that as well. So, Ricardinho had said, I don't know if it's BO3 or FIFA 20, but didn't enjoy them a lot. BO3 wasn't very good at... What is BO3? Wasn't very good at shooting games. FIFA 20, hate the ultimate team mode and the career mode. For what I got, the game was completely broken and shipped for 3 months after release and they didn't fix it. Also, there were not many additions to the gameplay overall, which shit. Yeah, which is something that I've heard about FIFA in general. Black Ops 3. Okay. I knew it was a major release because people very rarely will, what's it called? Like, just give you the initials unless it's a major release. But yeah, that took me a second. Flops, yes. I have only played one Call of Duty game, and it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original release on the Xbox 360. I regret to say that it did not leave a favorable impression, and I own almost all of them. Off the top of my head, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, I think Infinite Warfare, but I'd have to double check. At least one of the Black Ops games, possibly Black Ops 1 and 2, I'd have to look. Quivers, containing upwards of 60 arrows, are equipped by Mongol warriors both on their person as well as their mounts. Archers normally bring multiple bows into battle with them. Heavier variants are favored for dismounted use, while lighter bows are ideal for firing swiftly from horseback. Rickety must have put at least 100 hours into Black Ops 1. My nephew loved Black Ops 1 and 2. I don't think that it was so much the story, but like didn't they both have zombies modes? He really, really liked the zombies mode. He who has played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 COD 4 Modern Warfare on stream, gifted by a friend, was the remastered one. Then somebody gifted Modern Warfare 2 remastered on Battle.net, adored both, then played the new Modern Warfare campaign and enjoyed it very much. Yeah, someday, like, the reason I own them all is because they are well regarded, and I had always intended, like, I'm going to sit down and play through all of these. They are so big, they're so popular, that simply from a point of view of understanding the industry, I want to have these experiences, and haven't yet. We're now at an age, like, I think I've bought every single one of them before starting to stream. It might be interesting to do, like, a stream through of all the campaigns. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else in any of these tents that we want to pick up. Not offhand. Okay. Wait, what is this to get? Firecrackers, which I am full on. Okay, so we could go up here and see the sake cellar, but I'm going to go resume this tale because I'm not sure what it was. Oh, you know what? I think that's a farmstead where we can get another key. The central conceit of the Black Ops games seems very interesting to me from a narrative standpoint. My understanding, and people may correct me here, is that at least the first game was told from the point of view of somebody who is being interrogated, and is then, like, the gameplay is that person recounting all of the various major operations that they've gone on over their career, and that's sort of the, you know, what you're playing as the campaign. And I feel like that is an interesting way to tell a first-person shooter story. So I'm just reading he who... Oh, hold on, we're gonna get some dialogue here. So it's been a minute. Let's switch colors here. Do that every once in a while. We haven't been blue in a while. Indigo.
Life to you, my lord.
It's you. Have you seen the foxes, my lord? I was meditating when a young one sat down before me.
Foxes are wise. They must have sensed your kindness.
When I spoke to her, she stood and waited for me to follow. The fox, she led me to a shrine. I gave thanks to Inari for the beautiful experience.
The kami brings us light in even the darkest times.
Okay, so I've been saying that word wrong. Apparently it's Inari. Which I probably should have known since... Or I should have been closer to it because Inari is not accented in the way that I would expect it to be if I thought about it. But he was gonna go lurk a bit and say hey to a buddy that he hasn't seen streaming forever. Absolutely. Hihu, it's really good to see you. Okay, how are we doing
Come
on...
here and fight.
Oh, that was the wrong button. Or not the button I intended. We'll see if it was the wrong button in just a second. Particular one said that the super hard mode, like the highest difficulty mode, where a single sword strike is lethal, is actually easier than hard because it goes both ways. That you, like, a single sword strike on you is lethal, but so is it to the enemy. Against these guys, how is that easier? Because these guys are super quick. If we were playing on one strike kills mode, golden gun mode here in the world of Tsushima, I would be looking at a reload screen over and over and over again. Oh, we have a bow plaque. Let's do it. Breath of Hachiman. Let the kami of the samurai guide your blades. All right, let's take a look. Ooh. Yeah, let's equip it. Hello to Drienne. Riconia is saying, played Black Ops 2 at a friend's place in birthday parties, like 10 to 14 years old, would do back then, and got so used to that they didn't want to play anymore. And hello to Drienne. Oh, hello to Caroluna. And everybody raiding over. We are playing some Ghost of Tsushima, and you are joining just in time to see me be awesome and or get really, really dead. Crap. Yep. Dead it is. That was on purpose. Oh, hello to Moo. Yeah, so actually, Caroluna, we were talking about it just a little bit ago, that you were streaming some farming simulator, and I had that on both during the believe it or not, after a full day of raking, I still did my regular workout. So we had you on during the workout and then also while preparing some dinner. And that game was, like, I've not seen the game played before, and I really like it. Now, let me ask you one question about it. I think I saw that there are mods that will cause the equipment to show more visual wear and tear. So this is my question, because I may have misunderstood this. Basically, because the farm equipment in the game is licensed, the companies don't want to have their stuff getting old and rusty and, you know, looking like it needs some repair work. But there are mods that will allow it to actually degrade visually. And I'm wondering, A, do I have that correct? And also, hold on, I don't want to get bombed. Was it really muddy in that field? Didn't realize. Yuck. Oh, miss, I'll be right back. Oh, Carolyn is saying that that's just part of vanilla now. That's cool.
You're going to be all right.
Simlander's saying... Oops, hold on.
Find a safe place and stay there.
I won't get far, my lord. The Mongols hold the nearby road. They capture anyone who passes.
Let me worry about those Mongols. I'll make sure you're safe from them.
Simlander's saying both that Farming Simulator is lovely and zen, and also headed off to bed and have a great night. Simlander, right back at you. Thank you very, very much for coming and hanging out. All right, so at a minimum, yeah, we're gonna make a beeline down here.
Sora, come on!
Yeah, I couldn't, I wasn't quite sure whether or not the equipment that you were using was showing signs of wear and tear, but given how, like, Farming Simulator, and we talked a little bit about it while watching, it's the sort of game where you pull out the vehicle and then line it up and hitch it up to the attachment that you want to use, and then go out and do all that. And like, Samlander, Caroluna knows real well. Like, I don't know if you have to like fuel them up. Like, it's got a very high degree of realism to it, and like, it's like, do all of the things that are involved in the like farming activity, and I think that's awesome. And the idea that like maintaining the equipment is part of that is very appealing. Okay, we're going to switch to Ronin attire, I think. Oh, Chivalry said there was a fox there, and I missed it. That might be the squealing that we hear in the background. Fox is very upset that I didn't go with him. And Simulator just found a mod where you can buy things used. So this is an area with hostages, so we have to be careful. Now, let's not forget that we also have poison wind chimes now. Oh, balls.
Did
that work? Well, kind of. That guy's taken off. Bye! Yeah, Carolina's saying that maintenance is part of vanilla and that things need to be repaired. Yeah, that's part of it. Like, I have a different take on, like, weapon degradation than a lot of people. Some people are, like, just driven to distraction by the idea that, like, in Breath of the Wild, your weapons and stuff break. But to me, the entire game is built around that gameplay mechanic. And if you didn't have... Whoops, hold on. If you didn't have parts that would break down, there would never be any incentive to replace them. Because you'd basically find fairly early on a few really good things. I don't know if they... No, okay, I wasn't sure if the people in there... But the same thing goes for, like, vehicle maintenance in something like Farming Simulator. Like, I like the fact that you have to bake that into your budget. Okay, I don't think he's going to come with me yet because we've still got that guy over there. But let me check.
You'll be free soon.
My prayers have been answered.
You're safe now.
Oh, defeat enemies with a headshot. I need to do that as well. Yeah, so for those of you joining, what we're doing at this exact moment is we are liberating a farmstead where the Mongolians have taken some Japanese prisoners, and we know, based on previous experience, that the villagers will give us a key. And if we can find 6 keys, then they will unlock, it'll unlock a special set of armor. We have, I believe, 4 of the 6 keys.
Free at last.
Be careful up there.
Kirlun is saying that the financial cost of maintenance in the game is negligible. It's mostly that things will lose power and speed. I still feel like it's a cool thing that it's in there. I'm surprised that it's not much of a financial cost, but I have weird ideas about that. I have long wanted... here's the thing I want, everyone, that I'm probably, like... I don't think this is going to be a popular take, but I have always wanted in The Sims, like The Sims 3, The Sims 4, I have always wanted a mode where it's like... hard mode is what I would call it, where... Hold on a second. Instead of just being given 20,000 simoleons and access to a variety of properties that 20,000 simoleons can buy, I really want a version of The Sims where you start with, like, student debt and maybe a bank loan that you can use, and like you have to be able to finance that debt and pay down the principal before you can really get to work on the other stuff. And like things like doing laundry and like all that stuff is still in there. Like I don't know, man. I think that would be the most interesting way to play The Sims, because right now it's just sort of every version of The Sims that I've seen has been an absolute fantasy simulator. What if life was just about showing up to work on time and hanging out with your friends and making more friends, and you could be, financially successful and personally edified by, just sort of this completely hedonistic lifestyle where new beds help you rest better and new televisions help you to like give me a version of The Sims where your character has Crohn's disease or something. Not because that's a fun gameplay mechanic, like it's a big joke, but like I want versions of The Sims that are better reflective of actual life, which is a really weird thing to want, but like I don't know, I feel like it's more interesting than buying new items makes you happier. Wait, who sees me? What was that flash? No one sees me? Okay. Oh no, wait, this person does. It wasn't enough to kick him. Kicked him all the way to the muddy water.
Hold still.
I'm forever indebted to you.
You're safe now.
Oh, there's a fourth hostage. I thought it was just 3. So Kara Luna tends to play in hard mode on Farming Simulator, which, like, that's... Like, I think... Was it that you specified that you've played, like, over 1,000 hours of it? I know that you've played multiple versions over multiple years. Yeah, earlier in the week, like less than a week ago, we did sort of a show-off stream of Anno 2070, because it's one of my favorite games in the franchise, but I was not playing it on the difficulty that I used to. Like, I used to play that on a much higher difficulty level, where, like, everything cost money, where if you made any mistakes, then like you would lose all of your construction, because I was so comfortable with it that I had a good sense of how things had to go and progress, and it was a lot of fun. Those skills fell away after a while, so it's fun to get so comfortable with a game that you not only can play it at like some of the highest difficulty levels, but are even looking actively for ways to make it harder. And then Moo had said, but that's not a game of The Sims. Like, what I want isn't a game, it's real life. The thing of it that is interesting to me is that it is, like, it's a compressed version of real life and, like, other lives that you yourself don't have. And I think that that's interesting. I've talked about this before, but in The Sims 2, one of the things that I did at one point was made a sim of myself and played all the way through my life, like not my real life, but like my sim life, and went all the way through the whole thing. Like grade school, went to high school, got into college, played through the whole college thing, and along the way, like, he would make friends with people who were then, like, I remember there was this one NPC who, like, he met in grade school, and then because the NPCs in The Sims 2 don't age on their own, I had to switch to that character and play her concurrently with my own character so they would age up at about the same rate, and it was a super interesting thing to play, like, really focus in on one life, the friends and family of this one sim, and I would like more options to do that. There's some game coming out. Sorry, let me say one game that's in development. Sorry, puppy. That is like a different version of The Sims. Hold on. Oh, this guy did not hear the big boom. Whoops. But he did hear the arrow whistling past his ear. Kira Luna is saying 1,000 hours just in Farming Simulator 19. Yeah, I'm gonna rescue this guy. No, I think it's gonna cut off. Oh, wait.
I need your help!
You'll be free soon.
You are the equal of Gosaku, my lord. As a sign of our gratitude, take this key to his armor.
I will wear it in defense of the people of Tsushima.
Yeah, so I think that's key 5 of 6, but... Oh, wait. I think we're gonna get a cutscene here as the people come back in. Moo is saying, what if she ended up basically her life, but without kids? Oh, look how blue the sky is now. But yeah, like, this was I did this at the tail end of the Sims 2, like, lifespan. So it was with all of the expansions. It was with the expansion that gave the Sims, like, hobbies and interests, and, like, a clubhouse that they would hang out in for their hobbies and interests. And like the open for business one where you could run like a home business and stuff. I loved the expansion packs that they put out for The Sims 2. The Sims 3 was where they started to get into things that felt a little bit more story based. I already came up here. One example being like that oh gosh, World Adventures. It was like one of the first ones that they did, and it's like, my issue with that is that once you've done the story, like once you've gone into the tombs and you've seen them, it didn't seem to hold a lot of replay value. I'm a big fan of Sims expansions that include a lot of new mechanics. And The Sims 4 is the only Sims game that I have not played, and I haven't played it because it is the first Sims game that I've seen that seems to... I'm gonna look like such a freak doing this. The Sims 4 is the first time in the franchise that they got smaller. They aimed lower, it felt like to me. And the reasons that were given for doing so is like, oh, when the games get too big, they get too unstable, and we want to provide like a perfectly stable, bug-free environment where it's like easier to maintain and it'll work better on old laptops and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, maybe The Sims 4 runs like a champ on an old Celeron or whatever, but it doesn't, like, the games, The Sims 4 is routinely like riddled with bugs every time that they put out any sort of expansion for it. So it feels a lot more like it was an excuse for just making a much, much smaller and more modest game. And that's, I don't know, it just sort of like struck me poorly, and as a result, I never wound up playing The Sims 4. Drienne was the geek that was trying to accurately recreate a version of the Xavier mansion from X-Men in the Sims game. Is there a canonical X mansion? Like in terms of a layout? And this is like a legitimate question. It's like Wayne Manor in Batman is a big gothic mansion, but outside of that, like the exact layout, I feel like you aim at a general decor and then get in there. But yeah, like a version of The Sims that involves, like, we did this, right? Yes, we did. And as Chivalry said, there's a fox right there, so we're gonna go back for that. I, in theory, really like the idea of like The Sims with like witches and warlocks, or werewolves, or vampires. You know, some of the expansions that they put in. The issue for me is that because those are always folded into the standard Sims gameplay, those mechanics feel very, very half-baked to me. Like, I can make a wizard now, but like the wizard still like goes to a regular job. And they once made, I don't know if a lot of people remember this or consider it to be a mainline Sims game, but they did The Sims Medieval, which was The Sims in like castles and such, and there was so much excitement for that. And again, it felt like ultimately it wound up aiming pretty low, where it wasn't... There's no way Sora can go across this. Oh, she totally could have. Whoops. Oh, we can do a haiku. Hold on, everybody. I like this. I really like the first ones that I'm seeing here. Let me just look over at this other one. Nope. Okay.
ocean out of reach. Alone, never forgotten. Once a grander sight.
Huh. I kind of like that with this outfit, even though purple and green are like supervillain colors. Okay, so Moo is gonna head to bed. Moo, thank you so much for coming over with the raid. I hope that you have a great evening. We are going to head to the boxing. This is exactly what I promised I was not going to do, which is continue to play after 10 p.m. Eastern. But I just want to do this Fox 10. They're usually real quick. Drian is offended on behalf of purple and green. Hey, I didn't make the rules. Purple and green are Joker colors. They're Lex Luthor colors. There's at least one other major villain that's very into purple and green. Well, I guess the Incredible Hulk is green and wears purple pants. He's not really a supervillain, but neither is he your friend. The Hulk's goal is to cause slightly less collateral damage than what would have been caused if the villains had won. Thereby, like, succeeding in a net gain for whoever he was punching on behalf of. I must have walked right past this and didn't see it. Okay, let's do this. So, Drian, thumbs up or thumbs down on the movie Logan? With, Patrick Stewart and, fellow McBride. What was his name? Hugh Jackman. Because my understanding is that that game has a... Not game. That movie diverges fairly significantly from the original comic book, which I've not read, but also was like a really good movie that I enjoyed a whole bunch. So we got a stealth charm out of that. Reduces enemy detection speed by 15% and increases resolve gains by a minor amount. Honor additional Inari shrines to permanently increase this charm's effectiveness. So that's cool and would go very well with the Ronin attire, which I apparently have to put on in order to adjust. But was that a major charm? Because it's a major charm, I'm going to want to upgrade it before I actually slot it in. Charm of Silence, that was this one. Okay, so where would I want it then, Charm of Silence? Right here, because it's better than Charm of Shadows. Because it's 15% instead of 10. Yeah, let's do that. Brienne hated how they butchered one of their favorite characters, also disliked them breaking their own pseudoscience partway into the movie, which... Oh, let's pet. Which might require more of a breakdown than we want to get into in the time remaining. Now, without... So potential spoilers, everyone, for the movie Logan, which I recommend seeing, and then also the... Yeah, that was right next to the haiku spot. And then also the comic book franchise. So, ... watch out for spoilers. It's a good movie, and I would recommend watching it. But my question for Drienne is, my understanding is that in the original comic book, Logan had murdered all of the X-Men. Is that the way that whole thing went down? Yeah, so I think I'm going to go up here-ish. Yeah. Andriana is saying that their favorite character is not Logan. Like, someone once described to me the original story in the comic book as Logan was mind-controlled, I want to say, by somebody into perceiving that the other X-Men were, like, Morlocks or something. Like, I don't know. but like basically mind controlled him into like changed his perceptions in such a way that he wound up murdering every single person in the X Mansion, which is what suddenly brought it to mind. Loosely based off of Old Man Logan, but then bringing in X-23's plot. I really like that little girl too, by the way, who played that like in that role. I thought that she did wonderfully. I really liked that portrayal. Anyway, I have a few questions. Oh, I think I might know what the pseudoscience thing is. So again, continuing our unprovoked spoiler chat of Logan, I guess my question is, why were Laura's claws made of metal? And also, what happens if she ages, which people tend to do? Because, like, you would think that if she were to grow older, the adamantium on her bones and claws would not expand with her, and she would sort of die of a series of compression fractures. But I don't know. It struck me as being very weird that she had metal claws, because it's kind of a major thing that Logan has them. Like, a lot of work went into that, and I wasn't sure at what point they submerged her into liquid and injected white hot adamantium to coat her bones and claws. She seemed a little young for that. Anyway, we have done a bunch of Tsushima, and I have to go to sleep because I have an early day tomorrow and miles to go before we rest. It's going to be a very, very busy week. So I want to thank everybody for joining us for this most recent episode of Ghost of Tsushima. We're going to find somebody fun to raid. Big thanks to Caroluna for the raid. Thank you to He Who Dies for the celebration. Thanks to everybody stopping by and hanging out. Drienne says that the actress did very wonderfully for the role they gave her, which was not at all the character for the comics. And Ricardo is saying, have a good rest. Yeah, everybody please check out. I feel limited on time, but Tashir Rizé is feeling much better, which is good news. He's been back on Division Force this weekend, which is, I'm very happy for that. So congratulations to him. Hopefully that means that sometime this week, he will be going ahead with his playthrough of Syndicate. More Than a Mia did a 6-hour stream today of Grand Theft Auto 5, which we will say nothing about, because Drienne has not yet played it. Instead, what we will do is prep up for her Tuesday night stream with us of something. We'll figure that out. Possibly Star Trek Bridge Crew. That would be a lot of fun. Then on Wednesday, she will be continuing Walking Dead Wednesday with presumably episode 1 of the final season. So everybody look forward to that. Mia's also doing a shout out for Streamer FX. Yes, if you are sick and tired of having Twitch mute your VODs because they include original game music that was written for the game that you are currently playing, please check out Streamer FX, because you can mute the in-game audio and have some awesome music that's put together by professional artists and is royalty free, so you don't have to worry about getting it muted and then having your VODs taken down. We learned that a bit the hard way with our Batman Arkham City playthrough, which got some elements muted because it included music from the video game Batman Arkham City. So that sucks. But what doesn't suck is Streamer FX. You can check that out at streamerfx.com. Thank you to Patikin. Drienne Levode is also streaming some Raft, as they did earlier today. Raft is I think it was either yesterday or today, but we were watching a bunch of that. Maybe it was yesterday. And like I said last time, Raft has come a real long way since the last time I looked at it. It is a game that I will wait until it is done and released and the full story is out. But man, is it fun to watch Drienne and friends break it down and figure out good tactics and team up to survive longer, further, and make the most of it. So in any event, oh yes, and please check out Ricardo, who, as we mentioned, has been playing Watch Dogs 2. And that game is real good. I always give this proviso, but it is an important one. Watch Dogs, at least 1 and 2, do not show off their best side when you start playing. It's not that they're bad, but they don't reveal their density and complexity until a little bit further into the game. So my advice to anybody that checks out Watch Dogs is stick with it for a while. I don't have an exact hour count, but Ricardo is well into it now, and my sense is very much enjoying it. It's a very, very cool game. Hello to Aleknax, and unfortunately you were catching us right at the very tail end, but Aleknax, I hope that you are continuing to enjoy Destiny 2, and that the article that you're writing for your paper goes very well. I think that's a cool thing that you get to write about something that you love, because what more fertile ground than to be able to share something that you love and to do it in sort of a written medium where you get to take the video game-ness of it and try to introduce it to people who haven't seen it, but now you get to use your language and your experience to help share it. In any event, we're going to call it here and find somebody fun to raid. Hopefully Toxic is still on, and until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.